the hell's playing? Huh. Sometimes I like to just go on YouTube and type in royalty-free chill lo-fi music and just play whatever plays. Which is also funny because I'm not really like a lo-fi person. Don't know why I have my headphones on. Oh, I feel so weird right now. Like I feel hot. It's not hot. Maybe I'm getting sick. I don't know. I don't know. My skin feels so warm right now. I'm dying. This will be good content, right? So I know I'm starting later than I normally do, but I was so tired today. I was at work and I came home and I was exhausted. Eric the Electric. I'm guessing that's another creator. There's so many new creators on the platform, so I don't even know. Let me get things ready. A food tuber. Okay. I was gonna say I'm not really into food, but that's not really doesn't make any sense. I do eat food, you guys. I do eat food. I just had food actually, but I'm not into like food reviews or anything like that, so I wouldn't know that person. But yes, good evening, you guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of had no idea what I wanted to do today when I was just streaming. I was like, eh. But then I realized I kind of never know what I'm doing. I'm just always yapping, so it doesn't really matter. But then I started thinking about things I want to talk about, and I realized I have a lot of things that have been bothering me. I'm gonna make it bother you guys, but in a little bit, not like right now, but like today, but just not like immediately right now. Because right now we're going to. I usually put this off. I want to do this now, so if I start yapping and going off topic, I don't have anything to go back to. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Welcome to just whatever is happening here, coming out here. We gotta do our game deal first. We gotta hit that off. I've been struggling with that. And usually there's more people here when I do it, so I'm doing there's less people here, so I don't get distracted. Which I probably still will, but let's do this. Let's just go right to it. We're gonna do cover art. Shit. That's a hat. This is a person. I feel like I should know this. It does. It's this scheme. Did the is it a visual novel? No, I don't know what this is. God damn it! I want to start off strong. These kids look at this. It looks like a visual novel, like a mystery visual novel. These roses. These are crumpled up paper. They're like roses. Crumpled paper, like psychic shit. I don't know. I don't think it's psychic. Is it raincoat? I've never heard of raincoat. And it's not an option. But it's no, it's not Danganronpa. I can tell by the art style, but it's like I think akin to one of those games. The person holding the gun looks like a detective to me. I wonder if it's like a detective game. Like detective. These fucking kids. It's clearly a Japanese game. It better not be like Killer is Dead or some shit like that, or a pseudo game. Yeah, Kai, I clearly don't know this. But whose babies is these for real? Okay, this dead girl is not helping me. Like I can't. I'm so bad at guessing this. Uh, do murder. Try paranormal site. Oh, you got it. I knew it was one of those like. I knew it was one of those types of games. The Seven Mysteries of Honjo. See, I knew it was a detective, but I'm so mad that I can like suss out the genre and game type and all that stuff. But it's like, what's the actual game? I don't know. Like again, this looks like a. It's shiny. That's definitely like 360 post days. Big ass bug. I don't know. I know it's not, but I'm gonna just write it down just to get something going. Just a Pikmin, like just to get something going. So I can like it looks super cartoony. So it's not like a. There's like a 3DS Monster Hunter. I'd be so mad. It's only Monster Hunter games. Let's just do. You're into the Savage Planet. It looks like Spore to me. You know what's funny is I did play this first game. I did play this first one. I didn't really like it. Bro, my brain goes, is that Yuffie? Is that Yuffie from Final Fantasy VII? No. WS? And then, oh, is that WS or MS? Look at W. But then that should be S. That should be, that's like a, what the fuck? I am sensing at least female character. Um, WS, man. Or I guess that's my foot. It's like SM to me. But I have no different. Uh, Metal Slug? Theo from Metal Slug? That's so. Are you like looking this up? Like, that is so specific. I would have never gotten that. Yeah, I would have never gotten. What the fuck, Theo? No, I would have never gotten that. See, you guys say it looks like a Metal Slug character. I don't listen. This is your Metal Slug. My Metal Slug is like the not like my but like the one I'm familiar with are like the 2D sprites of like little people. This shit is beyond me. And then keep it a buck. I don't want to do the keywords one. That one always gets me so like upset because it's too much. My brain's not really functioning right now. I just want to knock these ones out. I can feel the tension leaving my body. They can change it to aliens and zombies. All right, that's choosing King of Fighters. All right, we're getting crazy now. We're getting crazy now. Why is she in King of Fighters? Okay, so now that that's out of the way, now that that is out of the way, I do want to talk about some things. Okay, let me just do that. No, I don't like that. We'll put this here. So on my walk today, I get some of this, right? Ooh, it's green screen, so you can't even see what I'm drinking. Wait, can I? You can't even see what I'm drinking. But also, shout out to the green screen for just like perfectly getting rid of the color green. Amazing. But that's on my walk, and I started thinking, rare, right? But I was just thinking about a lot of stuff, mostly to talk about today, right? Because I don't know if you guys know this, but I don't really plan shit. Like even the videos that seem like more edited, that's clearly all done in post. I am just nonstop. But I was thinking about some things this week that are bothering me, and I kind of wanted to get them out. And then when I finish getting them out, I'll probably watch a couple of videos, and then I'm gonna play Drifter, which is like it's a game, but it's a like point and click. Because I bought it, I played a demo years ago. I bought it and I haven't touched it, so I'm trying to force myself to play more games. I say forced, but it's not like anyone's putting a gun to my head. It's not like I don't like them. I just sometimes the way my brain works, I have to be forced to do something that I enjoy. And if that makes no sense to you, congratulations. You probably don't have any sort of undiagnosed neurodivergencies. But one thing I wanted to talk about that's been bothering me, some shit I want to get off my chest. First off, hello. I didn't even sew the shirt. Hold on, that's the front. That's the front of the shirt. That's the front. And then let me see if I can show you guys the back. I don't know if I can. You can see the back of the shirt, right? Well, if you couldn't see the back of the shirt, it's Gurren Lagann. The front should give it away if you know what the show is. It's the Gurren Lagann. But I wanted to get some shit off my chest. First things first. Do y'all like reading? Like, do you like reading books, stories in general? I do. I think reading is fundamental. You said no, get out. I think reading is fundamental. I think reading is one of the most important and enjoyable things we can do as human beings. I like to read. I like to write. I think reading is very helpful. I'm saying all this because people are getting up Kai Cenat's ass for reading. And yes, I include reading. I include manga, comics, graphic novels, anything you can visually, I'm just visually, any story you can digest, right? I think that's a good thing. It helps with being able to communicate properly or articulate your thoughts or understand concepts and get just a better feel of the world and like enrich yourself, right? But people are starting to get annoying to me over this Kai Cenat shit. If you're not aware of this Kai Cenat stuff, don't worry, I will briefly tell you about this. So Kai Cenat has quit streaming. As of now, he has quit streaming, right? He's no longer streaming. He wants to focus on fashion and reading. And he said that reading out loud helps him articulate his thoughts. It helps him speak better. And he wants to be able to speak better so when he has to talk about the designs and his clothes and what have you, he's able to do so with a relative high level of confidence. Do you like reading a physical book or online more? I am a physical book person, But I also do have like books I listen to on like tapes and like audios. Any way I can digest a book because of my work schedule, I will do it. Like I have right next to me, I have 5 volumes of chapter of Apple Black right here. But I also have like, which I'm working my way through. I have The Wheel of Time. I also have Ember in the Ashes. And I have Children of Virtue and Vengeance. I have a lot of books. A lot of them are in storage right now, but I have books. But I also do lots of audiobooks. But yes, Kai Cenat is starting to read more. He's practicing. He's timing himself. He's speaking all this stuff. Like, I think ultimately it is a good thing. Also, no one's paying me to say this because no one pays me ever. But Apple Black, honestly, really good. One of the things I love about this is the art style is very reminiscent of Bleach to me, especially early Bleach. And so I fuck with that heavy. I fuck with that very heavy. But let me start topic. We are experiencing a time of massive illiteracy from the like media literacy and also like reading illiteracy. We have high illiteracy rates. So when I see someone with a massive platform, a young person, and let's be real, young Black person, doing something like this, I support it. I do. So many people are like, oh, he's being performative. It's performative. It's performative. Like, generally, why post this? Is this his stream now reading to chat? After his time went off, are we in 3rd grade during reading period? I haven't picked up a book since high school, not gonna lie. And it's like, he's also trying to rebound. It's like all this stuff here, right? Now tell him to give me some reading comprehension. Tell me what he just read. Like, shit like this upsets me. And the reason why it upsets me is because people love on this internet, especially during this time, people love vice signaling. They love that shit. They weren't getting him, they weren't giving him any kind of shit when he, I don't know if you guys remember a long time ago where he did that impromptu meetup in New York and it caused havoc. And I was one of the people where I'm like, hey man, that was fucking stupid. You should have realized how, you know, how big you are and who your audience is, the young kids, and did something more structured. And I had people coming at me. You might be surprised that people were mad at me on the internet, coming at me defending him. Oh, he's young. He's this, he's this, he's this, he's that. Okay, he's young. He's 24 now, I believe. And look at what he's doing. He's like, you know what? I am done streaming again for who knows how long, and I want to better myself. I want to speak better. I want to do all these things. And now let's shit on him. Let's shit on him for doing something positive. Let's shit on him not because he, you know, had a couple of controversies where that he might have like had some part to do in an assault case or something like that, right? Where something happened in his vicinity, like not like that. Don't counsel him for that. Don't shit on him for that. Oh, but this nigga's reading on the internet? Performative. It's performative. Hey, I have a secret to tell you. Most content creators you see, most streamers you see are performative. They are. They are putting on a performance. They are more often than not that person in real life. They are putting on the performance to engage with you, to keep you entertained, okay? Because they are entertainers. They're not educators. They're entertainers. They want you to watch. That's why they'll do some dumb shit. That's why they'll set off fireworks inside of a house. That's why they will have random guests show up. If they can, famous people show up to entertain you, to keep you engaged. It's all performative, all right? Like, do you think Kevin Hart in his day-to-day life is loud and making all those jokes all the time and screaming and kicking all the time? Do you think wrestlers are like that when they're off the clock? No. It's K-Fab, baby. This isn't real. So yes, I will give you it's performative. I will give you the performative stuff. But my takeaway, my counter is, so what? Why is this performance bad? Why is promoting literacy bad? You saw people in the comments saying, well, why don't he give him reading comprehension? Okay, you have to build your way up to that. If he doesn't read, then his comprehension probably isn't going to be there. So let him get some more words or books under his belt, and maybe he can be better at comprehension. That's how it works. I've seen other people talking about how he's this age and he's starting to read and he wants this and that. I'm like, you guys are the same motherfuckers who praise Asmongold, a 30-plus-year-old man, for cleaning his room. Like, W's in the chat for cleaning his room. But someone trying to better themselves through educational means, And the thing that really gets me, though, is the fact that being black on the internet, especially a young black male, I'm not young anymore. I'm middle-aged, whatever. I'm washed, right? But being young black on the internet, the worst thing to be to a lot of people is corny. Oh my God, he's so corny. He's being corny. He's so corny. I laugh at him when he's reading. He's corny. He's corny. He's corny. And I'm just like, who cares? Like, it's so wild to me to be like, this guy's corny because he's reading books, and now other people are gonna try to get in on reading these books. Good. I don't care if it's performative. Yes, let people read. Oh my God, please grift to fucking literacy. Be a book grifter. Read so many books. Give me your most pompous takes. Tell me you love Catcher in the Rye because you really understand Holden Caulfield. I love that. Yes, please grift literacy. Like, oh my God, you know how happy I would be? You know how happy I would be if the conversations, instead of being like, there's too many dark-skinned people in my anime, or there's too many ugly girls in my video games, and the conversation was just like, you know, this current author, their prose is very lacking. Like, I know what they're trying to come across as more of like a poet here, but like, it's so forced and shoehorned. Like look at this passage and read it to me. Is this prose supposed to be purple or simplistic? Like, that's what I want. Yes, argue over the thematic elements of something. Jesus Christ. I would be so thrilled. I'd be so thrilled. I would love to see younger content creators being like, Kaisenat said fucking, what's it called? Way of Kings is an overblown fantasy novel that's self-masturbatory. I think he's wrong because the theme's in the way. And it's like, yes, if we're going to do drama, let's do drama like this. If you're going to shit talk someone, let's shit talk the fact that you didn't understand the themes of Great Gatsby, you dumb bitch. Yes, let's do that. Let's have that conversation. I would love that. I would love that so goddamn much. Please be literacy grifters, is what I'm saying. Please be so performative in your appeal for books. I don't even care if it's the goddamn Bible at this point, okay? Just read something and interpret and understand, and it will make things so much better. But I keep seeing people shitting on this just because it's performative. And I'm just like, you guys are so basic. Because when he's doing other performative shit, you loved it so much, you made him at one point the biggest streamer who had the most subs on Twitch in history. You love when he's being performative and doing all this like excessive, let's be real, minstrel type shit. You loved that. Oh, but now he's not being your clown anymore. Now he wants to be self-improvement. And you're getting slighted by this because you think he says he's better than you. And you don't like that. So you're going to project. And suddenly it's like, this guy can't have comprehension for shit. He doesn't know how to do anything. He can't read nothing. Like, bro made too much money. Like, and it's like, yeah, some people are like proud of him. Read Dan Brown. These are also bots. So it's like, you take what you can get. And it's like who cares? What are we supposed to do with this information? Like, like it doesn't, like anything is news these days. And it's just like, is this what bro's streaming now? I hope none of you watch this shit. You know what I mean? Like, and you're mad. You're mad because someone's reading. This is just like someone trying to better their health, and you're like, hey, this nigga eating salad. Like, yes, and but here's the big thing, right? Here's why I truly think these people are mad. I mentioned it briefly when I said it's because they feel a sense of like they were relatable. He was relatable to them, right? Because let's be real. Let's be really real, okay? A lot of the big streamers have immensely parasocial relationships. Not maybe on their end, but definitely from their audiences. And their audiences think that they're one of them. It's why you have them have such strong reactions when they do something that they don't like. Even if what they did is not necessarily bad or illegal. Just, I didn't like that. I don't like that. Oh wait, he stopped streaming. He's no longer my entertainment. And now he's just posting on YouTube about him reading. How dare he stop being my entertainment? He was my outlet because I'm a loser and I don't read. And now my idol reads. And is he calling me a loser? My self-worth was tied to the idea that Kai Cenat, like me, was illiterate. But now he's trying to be more literate. Oh, like, that's where all this comes from. It's always projection. It's always insecurity. Like, if you really listen to your argument, your argument is it's so performative. Okay. Does that take away from what it's almost like the inverse of when people say, oh, that guy's just a troll, so he doesn't really believe what he's saying. Oh, so he can say that he wants to, execute all Muslims because he doesn't believe it. It's fine because he's just putting on a character. That's not really who he is. That's fine. But if someone's like, I want to read 100 books, she's like, man, get the fuck out of here, performative ass. Like, that's what people aren't understanding. And they're not understanding because most of those people have no literacy of themselves. Like, it is a Ouroboros, right? It's just Ouroboros. I don't have literacy. It's an Ouroboros. Just people being upset at their lack of understanding. And in order to achieve understanding, they have to do the thing that would obviously give them understanding, but they don't understand that. So they're mad. They're in this vicious cycle. And when they see someone who they thought was in the cycle with them break out of it, it's not inspiring them. It makes them double down on their worldview. It makes them hateful. That is why you always see people hating on the outset. Just fucking haters in general. If they feel like at any given point you can be perceived as better than them, oh, they fucking hate you. Kai Cenat's richer than every goddamn person who watches him. He's already, in a sense, better than you. But they could ignore that because, oh, but look, he's hanging with his boys. He's loud, and this is that. But now that he wants to start a fashion line, right? And he has the means to do so, he probably will accomplish it relatively quickly, right? Because he's financially able to do that. And now that he's reading, now he's achieving goals that he's setting out. It's, wait a minute. These are goals that I could achieve too. And I may see Max, I'm not doing it. Because no, you're not going to be the biggest Twitch team. You're not going to have the most subs. That's an almost impossible goal. You can put distance between you two, but okay, that's fine. I was competing in that. But like improving yourself, self-improvement, unless you have like literal, like biological or physical, like deficiencies that prevent you from doing stuff like that, anyone can self-improve. So seeing a guy who already gapped you in terms of like financial success and notoriety, and then on top of that, entering the same arena that you could also be in and succeeding there is going to piss them off. It pisses them off. That's why. Hold on, sorry, I was in the chat. Reading is already trending though, not gonna lie. Yes. And even like on Twitter right now, people are talking about this shit. It's like, but now you're talking about reading. And guess what? If you want to compete, you gotta read now. I love this shit. I saw a clip of that little boy, Rakai, reading too, which I have a whole host of issues with that kid. I don't know why he's on the internet, but like, damn, all right, this little baby's reading too. I saw another tweet. Someone said Kai is inspiring them to write. Awesome. Like, that's good. That's a net positive to me. It is a net positive. But so many people are conditioned to hate everything for the smallest reasons. Oh, that guy's corny, so therefore we should hate him. Oh, he's embedding himself, therefore we should hate them. But then when I, the accurate ethical hater, when I hate for ethical reasons, I'm obsessed. But y'all can hate because the nigga's reading. I can't hate on someone who spews hateful rhetoric on a daily basis that targets marginalized communities on a daily basis for content, even though they have millions of dollars and don't need to do that. I'm obsessed. This nigga's reading. Let's get on him. It's crazy to me. It's so crazy to me. We have a literal literacy problem in this country. I will take anyone reading as a positive. It's a starting point. And like, yes, I know at age like 24 plus, you should, if you went to high school, stuff like college, even like you should be able to read. I get that, but we're not there. We're not in the realm of shoulda. We're in the realm of where we actually are. We're in a reality. And in this reality, there are lots of adults who straight up cannot read. Like, look at this shit. You look at this. You read this. Or maybe you can't, so I'll read it to you. On average, 79% of US adults nationwide are literate in 2024. 21% of adults in the US are illiterate in 2024. 54% of adults have a literacy rate below 6th grade. Below 6th grade. Below 6th grade. Below 6th grade. That 20% is too fucking high for a developed country, for a quote unquote first world country. That's way too fucking high. Below 6th grade level, with 20% of that below 5th grade level, that's insane. That's insane. Way too low. I'm sorry. 20% of people being illiterate in this country, which is a lot. That's 43 million people have low literacy skills. So maybe Kai Cenat is doing his part. But oh my God. And not just literacy. If we talk about media literacy, come on now. Come on now. Yeah, if anything, when I look at people who can't read and they're older, I'm like, look at the conditions we're living under this capitalistic society where there's lots of people who come to this country and have to just start working. You don't have time for education, right? You don't have time for higher education. You are constantly trying to make money to survive. And then you look at historically how certain classes of people, certain groups of people were denied access to higher education, right? Which is why I believe education should be free. And then you see the outcomes of that. You see how people interact on topics. You see people, okay, let's talk about politics for a brief second. I know politics on this channel is just, it's random. Let's talk about it for a brief second. You have people who are vibes based, right? It's just vibes. This guy feels cringy. No, use your comprehension, use literacy. Look at what he's saying. Do those words match it to his actions? Or is there a cognitive dissonance? You don't know what cognitive dissonance is because you never fucking learned that. Like, literally, you are more likely to vote a particular way if you are educated versus not. Republicans in this country have a vested interest in making sure you're not educated. And you're seeing the outcome of that. You're seeing people fall for the most basic propaganda because they do not have the tools to dissect the words being told to them. And the people who do have those tools are considered elites and automatically hated. It's like when babies don't have the ability to communicate, so they kick and scream and they yell. And then as you educate them, right? Education isn't just books. Education is passing on knowledge. They are able to communicate and they're able to be less frustrated because they have many avenues to express themselves. When it comes to literacy, if you are not capable of understanding something, you get frustrated. That's both literacy, that's just both biology, that's just human nature, right? If there's a concept that convexes you, if there's an idea you don't understand, if there's words you're like, oh, what's that called when this happens and this and that, you get that little sense of frustration. Now magnify that by telling you people that the reason why you're frustrated isn't because you live in a system that has purposely made you uneducated, but it's because there's trans people, there's Somalians, there's other people you can blame. That's what happens. That's how you get to this point. That's how you get to the point where you have these fucking clip farmers who will just literally, like, oh, perfect example. Have you guys seen those clip farmers online where they would just make a tweet that's completely fabricated because they don't even expect you to do the work to click on the video they're talking about? They will just be like, oh yeah, in this clip, Duke Dennis says that people who work 9 to 5s are losers. And it's like, he never said that. But no one's watching the clip. No one's doing it for themselves because they're just falling for whatever being told because they're not using this. That's why, like, I'm just like, look across that window. Like, but that's why I'm like, I get so first all this shit because I'm like, all this shit is connected. Like, it's all connected. But people want to be like, ah, that's fucking cringe. It's performative. Like, god damn. Wait, hold on, you said there's noise? You're hearing, is there noise in the stream? Let me even move my microphone a bunch. No? If there's noise, let me check. But it shouldn't be anything. Okay, it's gone. But yeah, that was my rant. That shit just got me so bad. But just think about that. Next time you see people talking about like political topics or serious issues, and just look at what state they're in, and then just look up that state's like literacy rate. And then you're like, oh, maybe that's why Oklahoma's like this. And I don't even blame the people who live there. It's like, but it's the systems there, right? That they want you like that. And the people who are already down here in any context, right? It's easier to drag people down than to raise someone up. Like I said before, when people get raised up either by other people or by themselves, people get jealous. People get upset. Like, how dare you leave me? How dare you leave me down here? Come back in the mud. And you can show them how much better it is to not be in the mud. And they will hate you for that. That's why if you look at certain content creators, either on Twitter, on Twitch, on YouTube, where they appeal to a certain audience because they wear the aesthetics properly. It's like watching I said I wouldn't talk about politics, but it's like watching like a Matt Walsh video or just looking at his set, or Tucker Carlson and how they'll have like the rustic appearance. Like, oh, they're in a log cabin. They're wearing flannel, right? And that's just supposed to turn his brain off and just observe and digest. And you're not thinking, in fact, that Tucker Carlson is the heir to the fucking Swanson fortune, or that Matt Walsh, although he is extremely uneducated, has felt upwards and is wealthier than the people he's talking about. That's how you get Asmongold calling Cutie Cinderella out of touch white woman who doesn't, interact with people. And it's like no one in his audience is going, that sounds a lot like you, right? Because like, yeah, base, because he wears a dirty shirt. He's in the mud with them by appearance, but he's not in the mud with them. And then Kai Cenat's reading, trying to get out of proverbial mud. People are like, no, don't do that. That's corny and gross. I liked it when you were more minstrel. I liked it when you were just loud and you were just playing with like black people and you were just like being loud and obnoxious. I like that. I'm used to that. That's comforting to me. Like, goddamn. Oh, that was that. Oh, only 40 minutes. Wow, that's a new record. That was me being brief. You appreciate my brevity. I know. Now I'm thinking, do we want to just knock out my pent up rants, or do we want to space them out by talking about other shit and then going back to it? Because I feel like I could keep going. I feel like I can pivot slightly, but I'm still going to keep that energy because I like that. My streams now are just me venting from the week, and then eventually maybe playing a video game. But we're gonna keep it going. Or keep it going. Another thing I've been just about is Lara Croft. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but did you know that Lara Croft is a woman who sometimes has short shorts? Did you guys know that? Did you guys know Lara Croft does that? I guess she like raids tombs or something like that, but that's not important. Not important. And the reason why I took that long pause because I was trying to find a picture that wouldn't get me immediately goddamn banned because I'm so tired. Like sometimes you gotta control your horny internet. Come on, dude. Like control your shit. I have to scan every goddamn thing. Okay, this is safe. This is safe to show. I'm sure if I was on Kick or Rumble, I could just show whatever I wanted. But yes, so recently Amazon was revealed. I don't even know what event this was from, to be honest. But we found out about God of War, which I'll talk about after this, and we found out about the casting for God of War and the casting for oh my god, Lara Croft. And no, actually, not the casting for Lara Croft. We found out how she's going to look, and people are having opinions about this that I think are very dumb. First thing we have listed here. Now, there are people who are like, what's happening with this? And I look at this and go, holy shit, that's Lara Croft. Like, that's Lara Croft, right? That's Lara Croft. Like if we zoom in, right? You can see the abs through the shirt, bro. Like she put him, and she's tall. Look at that jawline. Like that's classic Lara Croft. Like that's, hold on, let me make sure I can, let me go so quick aside. But that's classic Lara Croft. There are people who are like, oh, but Lara Croft doesn't have that kind of hair. I'm like, yes, she did. And like the OG PlayStation one, she did. And she even had the red glasses. And people are just like, oh no, this looks bad. It doesn't look accurate. I'm like, this is literally what she looked like. I don't know if they never like did those cutscenes, but she absolutely looked like that. Like here. Like that's Lara Croft, right? With the glasses on. He used to have his glasses, right? You see his glasses. That's a classic. These are classic Lara Croft glasses. Classic, right? And then you see this. And it's like, oh wow. They're obviously going back to the OG character design. A little bit modern, right? But they're going back to OG character design. That's fucking amazing. I think it's great. But of course, this wouldn't be, I mean, look at that. This wouldn't be Sydney Sweeney, of course. It's Sydney Sweeney as Lara Croft. Yeah, because that's more accurate. That's the shit that gets me so upset. It's like the anti-woke side will always say that, oh, these liberals, they always adapt things. They're gonna make her black and queer and this and this and that. And they hired a skinny, tall, white, blonde woman who's British. So it's not like an American taking the role. And now they're like, they casted Sophie Turner, but it should have been Sydney Sweeney, you know, the American woman who, let's be real, is not a good actress, who would not believably look like she could be Lara Croft. But why? Oh, because Sydney Sweeney has big titties. That's it. That's it. People don't even watch Sydney Sweeney films. You understand that, right? The only reason why Housemaid did well is because it had a pre-existing audience because it was based off a book. And Amanda Seyfried's a phenomenal actress. Okay, she definitely carried. People don't even come to watch her. You're like, yeah, let's build a TV show around her. No, she's British. She's British. Wokes, where's the DEI and butch haircut? Right, and that's the thing I'm talking about too. They always make these assumptions. They're like, oh well, because it's this eternal thing of someone's gotta be mad. So if a bunch of people who are wokies like myself are like, this shit looks amazing, it's yeah, but you guys wish she had a butch haircut and was DEI. Like what the fuck are you talking about? Something's missing. Can't quite put my finger on it. And it's like, bro, like, and the people who bring up, this is a horrible choice for, that's not her name, but for Lara Croft. She looks like she's isolated playing dress up, not believable. Like, are we, either this is a bot, which I believe, or we're just dumb now, where they don't understand what test screens look like. These are tests. She looks like she's isolated playing dress up. Of course, because she's isolated. It's a costume test. Like people are, and this is just the nicer one, right? Looks great for Sansa Stark, but this is not Lara Croft. Sorry, this is just the nicer version, because I can show you the not nice one from GameStop. Now, why is GameStop incel posting? Good question. I think it has to do with the fact that they are trying to cater to a particular audience that, what we were just talking about earlier, don't have literacy. So they're easy marks, right? GameStop is currently closing a bunch of fucking stores right now, actually. GameStop store closures. GameStop shut their stores across California. GameStop is closing more stores. GameStop is quietly closing stores, including some in Pennsylvania. GameStop shutters more stores as retail apocalypse continues. GameStop, there we go. I click on one I can actually read without being hit by fucking a paywall. GameStop starts 2026 by closing hundreds of stores as CEO gambles on $35 billion payday. CEO Ryan Cohen is promised billions. GameStop employees claim they were barely given notice of closures. So while they're doing this shit, while they are trying to, be ruthless capitalists, they want to distract. Much like how our administration is being ruthless fascists by trying to kidnap people off the streets and executing citizens to distract from the fact that the Epstein files have yet to be released and fully unredacted. They are trying to distract by saying, well, we know the chuds are going to be like, this isn't Lara Croft because she doesn't have big boobies. I can just write, this is not Lara Croft. And you know what I'm getting at, but I didn't say it. But now everyone's talking about this and not talking about the fact, but oh shit, first comment. I don't want to hear it from the company responsible for the destruction of 25% of physical games in history. Don't you have Funkos to sell before they go out of business? What is it that Lara Croft, what is it with Lara Croft that makes every dude with joint pain in a failed marriage strongly opinionated like this? Sorry, do her boobs have too many polygons? And then you have, this is in fact a cheap cosplay show with guaranteed DEI agencies for modern audiences, which Amazon's so prominently known for. Amazon has Jack Reacher. What do you mean? Like, Amazon has Jack Ryan also. Wait, Amazon does have Jack Reacher, right? Like Jack Reacher, before I continue, Jack Reacher is on Amazon, right? It's on Amazon. I'm not, okay. So you have Amazon that has this show, Reacher, and also Jack Ryan, the fucking CEI propaganda show which is on Amazon Prime, and you're gonna tell me that this is a DEI agency for mod audiences, which is what they're prominently known for. But it feels like something is missing, but we can't grasp it. Like, I do love the fact that people are shitting on GameStop stuff. What are its pronouns? That's Sophie Turner. Like, really weird for a brand to be doing. It's like, yes, thank you for siding with the gamers on this matter, GameStop. Siding with the gamers on what? Yes, Amazon has the fucking boys. Like, it's such a weird. I gotta leave. I'm gonna leave that concept out of here because I'm gonna be hyper fixated on that because it's John Legend. Like, it's such a like a non-issue, right? And we knew, you knew, and I knew what the issue was going to be the second this picture came out, because you just look at the girl right here, it's going to be an issue. This is a non-issue for 99% of people. But for that 1% of losers who are very vocal on the internet, this is the end all be all of a show they absolutely weren't going to watch. Like, they weren't going to watch this. And you know that. We know they weren't going to watch this. Because why would they? This is a woman. This is a person that, much like the Code Violet situation, this is something that they were complaining that they don't get anymore. Right? Oh my God, they're doing Lara Croft show. You know what their concerns were? They're gonna hire someone who's Mexican. They're gonna hire someone who's brown. They're not gonna hire a British person. And they said, we're gonna hire popular white British woman, Sophie Turner, to play Lara Croft. An actual British woman who's attractive, who's tall, she's blonde, she's white, she hits all their markers, literally. Like, all the markers. And they're still not satisfied. Because, like I've always said, there is no appeasement to these people. They're always constantly aggrieved. You can never satisfy them. Never. That one guy said, oh, it should be Sydney Sweeney. You know, they were transvestigating Sydney Sweeney like a week ago? Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters to them. Like, nothing matters to them. It's so insane to me. I'm like, this is just, again, Code Violet. Right? If you guys saw my video, which a lot of you guys did, thank you, by the way. But if you look at Code Violet, on paper, this is everything that they wanted. This shit exactly. This is what they wanted. This is what they wanted. This is what they said that they don't get in video games anymore. This is what they said we hate, that we got rid of it, that we're mad that women are attracted, that we're all these things. Like, this is what they've been saying for years now. They don't get this anymore. And then they get it, and they're like, huh, Code Violet is a very bad game. It's like, yes, it has nothing to do with her being hot or whatever, right? But you still got what you wanted, and you still didn't fucking play it. You told me multiple times that this is the most important thing. I said on record, on multiple videos and multiple streams, you need more than this. You need gameplay. You need something that's engaging for the player. You need the hook and something that can sustain them. It can't just be, oh, look how pretty she looks. That's not sustainable. That's why I talked about Stellar Blade. I always mentioned that the combat was there, the music was there, but all these gooners just focused on, but she's hot, but Eve's hot. Eve's hotness didn't carry you through the whole game, man. Same thing with the Sophia Turner shit. They're already judging her. And I'm like, physically, she's everything you guys said you wanted. You've not seen a reel from this fucking show. You haven't seen a promo. You haven't seen anything. I saw comments, people talking about how she doesn't act like Lara Croft. What do you mean? You have one picture. Do you think Exorcism 33 is still worth playing after all that drama? Yes, it's a great game. Well, here, Let me just type in something. Let me just type in something. I'm gonna just type in Lara Croft. I have not looked her up. So this is fake. Teaser universe. This is fan made. We've talked about this. I hate when I do that shit. Look at Sophie Turner. This is, by the way, this is Sophie Turner. If you guys haven't seen her outside of costume or whatever. This is her. This is the woman. This is the woman. This one right here. They're saying no to her. They're saying, tomatoes. They casted this woman with this face. And they're saying, no, I'm not playing the trailer. Get out of here. I will never play. I'm not playing some bullshit. You know what? I hate you so much.
I don't need permission to walk into history. Only the courage to survive what it throws back at me.
Is that fucking supposed to be Sigourney Weaver? Is that?
Everyone who
I like how because the only shot they have of her is in that costume, that every shot of her is going to be in this costume, even when she's just at home.
Not because they were weak, but because they hesitated.
That looks more like Sadie Sink. This is AI. Of course it is. She's been 6 different actresses. Of course this is AI. That's not even the same costume. That's a green shirt. And that's not even where her gun was held at the last frame. Notice how she had the hips. She had it in her hip, and then this is a different actress. And now the guns are up here. You can tell what anything is AI, by the way, because they just look straight ahead. Like if you notice, it's mostly straight ahead.
Not because it failed.
Mostly just straight ahead shots or looking in one direction, but 90% straight ahead. AI slop. Translate to English. What's that saying in English? But like, oh my God. First look at Lara Croft for woke Phoebe Waller-Bridge's Tomb Raider leaves fans worried. You know what? We haven't done a Ryan Cannell video in a hot minute. It's 5 minutes, you guys. It's a 5-minute trailer. It's a 5-minute trailer. It's 5 minutes. We'll make it shorter by getting out of the intro. Right here. No, please. No. This is what I have to deal with all the time. You guys are getting a live experience. Yes. We're doing it live. Fuck it. We're doing it live. I'm not recording this for you guys. We're doing it live.
Going to be doing a Tomb Raider series led by Phoebe Waller-Bridge. When it comes to the creative force behind the show, a lot of people cringed a little bit because, yeah, would it be awesome to have an actual good...
Also, real quick, Cosmic Book News is not a reliable news source for anything. It's just like the Park Place. It's a grifter's paradise. I can show you some of that shit afterwards, but it's a grifter's paradise. And also, remember what we were talking about earlier when I said vibes-based? Things just being cringe. Things just being cringe is like, you don't like that. That's not news.
An actual good Tomb Raider show? Yeah, that'd be sick. That'd be awesome. But with all the things that they've done to Lara Croft over the last decade plus, whether it's not wanting to sexualize her as much or trying to change her sexuality or trying to make it so she doesn't actually raid tombs anymore, she protects indigenous artifacts, right? Whatever stupid shit they've come up.
None of that is a valid criticism, just so you know. Also, when he's talking about protecting indigenous things, it was one game, like it was a one like mobile game that got canceled. It didn't happen. It was this game. It was what was it? It was like Like a mobile game. Yo, sorry, it was a terrible RPG. It was an RPG. It was Shadows of Truth. And it was canceled. It was canceled. That was the game. So no, not a mobile game. I thought it was a TT RPG that never happened. Gamers laugh at canceled woke Tomb Raider game. So it was something that never happened. It was something that, much like most of their grievances, they're upset over something that quite literally never happened. It was an idea. They came to a conclusion. They had different opinions. And they canceled it. So you never got to see it come to fruition. This is the same as being upset at like concept art where it showed like Lara Croft wearing a jacket. They're like, Lara Croft doesn't wear jackets. Like, yeah, it was concept art. Like these people, if you show them just an idea, because they don't know how ideas work, because whatever comes to their head is put out there. They don't understand you iterate on things and it's a collaborative process. They just think they were gonna make her gay. It's not like Lara Croft is known for having male love interest, right? It's not like there's a guy in the Lara Croft series like, oh, that was her on again, off again boyfriend. Like, no. Like that's just anyways. But yes, so he was complaining about a game that literally doesn't exist.
With the character, people were worried that they would do more damage to this character, especially with a woke feminist like Phoebe Waller-Bridge running things, the very person who came in to do rewrites for the last James Bond movie to make sure it was James Bond appropriate for the Me Too era. And of course, her role in Indiana Jones' Dial of Destiny didn't do her any favors with the way fans felt about her. And although it looked for a time like that show,
you know, it's just him being misogynist, right? Like I don't have to really dive into that. That's just literally, that's what they do, by the way. That him, Nerd Rock, other people, they will focus on someone's identity so much, and then when a creator talks about their own identity, it's like, oh my god, all they do is talk about being gay, and they will be like, woke feminist Phoebe Waller-Bridge. What? Hey, she also made Fleabag. She also made what about this show? Rotten Tomatoes 100%. Prime Video 8.7 out of 10. IMDb 8.7 out of 10. So you think so why do you think Amazon let her be the showrunner? Do you think it's because she's a woke feminist? Or do you think they're like, damn, she can deliver? Damn, she's a good writer. Look, she gave us a great TV show for 2 seasons that was highly acclaimed. No, it's because she's woke. Like it's so fucking funny to me. Like it's like because again, they focus. Like she won a primetime Emmy. Her series won a fucking Emmy, and notice how they didn't introduce her as Emmy award winning writer Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Didn't say that. Didn't say Emmy award-winning program creator Phoebe Waller-Bridge. No, they said woke feminist Phoebe Waller-Bridge because their audience doesn't even fucking watch TV. Their audience is literally the people who complain how movies are bad, and if you look at like their letterbox, it's just fucking Disney films, like Jester Bells. Or just I just watch Disney films, but movies are terrible. It's like you just watch one genre of movie.
It was dead in the water. It got resurrected with Phoebe Waller-Bridge running it, and with someone that a lot of people are familiar with from the Game of Thrones universe starring. And for the first time, we have an official look at what Sophie Turner's Lara Croft.
Okay. Where do we think they're going to land on this? Of course, this is not true journalism. I do more fucking journalism than half these guys do. Come on. But where do you think they're going to land on this? Do you think they're going to be positive about this? My gut says no. My gut says they're going to spin it in a way where it can appease their audience, but they won't be too negative on it just in case it pans out well. But I think ultimately it's going to have more of a negative spin than positive because they don't really positively support anything.
Croft is actually going to look like. Sophie Turner suits up as Lara Croft in first look at Amazon's Tomb Raider series. And, you can see right here, this is it from @Tomb Raider, the official Tomb Raider account. Get your artifacts out. Lara's on her way. And this is our first look at Sophie Turner. Now, look, Sophie Turner, we saw, I think like 8 or 9 months ago, she was posting.
Oh my god, they hate it. They hate it. I've never been proven right so quickly.
Some pictures, like to show she'd been working out, and she is actually like in really good shape and shit like that, and impressive, like putting the work in, doing the work.
He's front loading
to do something.
He's
like
front
this.
loading.
A lot of respect for that.
He's front loading.
Sophie Turner. Here are the things I like. The outfit is incredibly reminiscent of like the OG Lara Croft. The outfit, from the color of the shirt to the belt buckle to the way the shorts look, everything from the harness to the gun, everything.
So if you like the costume, and this is a picture of her in the costume, then there's nothing for you to dislike. There's nothing else here. There's nothing else to dislike.
The one thing that everyone will say about this picture are, where are the tits, right? Sophie Turner does not have the body type of what traditionally Lara Croft is looked at as. She just doesn't, right? And I'm not saying that to be like, oh, shame on Sophie Turner. No, who fucking cares at the end of the day? But when you're casting a character,
who cares? Who cares? But then we hear the but.
That's something that people care about. Something that people care about is, do you look like the character? And they've done a lot of things to make her look like Lara Croft. Like I said,
then what the fuck was this? What is this? What is this? She looks like Lara Croft, but the people are worried about. Most people worry about, do they look like the character? And they're complaining about her tits, but that doesn't really matter. What matters is, does she look like the character? That's what they're going to talk about. Buddy, this is a 5-minute video. You have nothing to say about this.
From the outfit, which I respect, I appreciate, as opposed to them, diverting away from that in some recent entries. But does Sophie Turner have the goods to play Lara Croft? That's a thing that everyone is going to be, even in the replies to this article. There's still time to fix her with Angelina Jolie. Fixed it for you with Sydney Sweeney. Looks like a great cosplay, although this is not Lara Croft. A lot of Angelina Jolie's in there, right? I don't know. Look, I respect that Sophie Turner did everything to like get in really good shape for this.
Oh my god, dude!
She can play a great Lara Croft. The problem remains, no matter how you feel about this first look image, the problem remains the person who is behind it.
He has never, ever, and I promise you right now, I'm looking at you right now. He has never seen anything done by Phoebe Waller-Bridge. He's never seen anything done by her. He might have seen her in the Indiana Jones Dial of Destiny, but he's absolutely seen nothing above hers. So what he's going to lean on is her identity that he's established for her as a woke feminist. I promise you. And the people saying there's still time to fix her, all those losers in there. Oh, Sydney Sweeney, Angelina Jolie. Angelina Jolie looked nothing like any version of Lara Croft. She looked like no version of Lara Croft that's ever existed. So miss me with that.
The person who is the showrunner, and that is Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Watch.
That is
identity.
Somebody who's going to make this basically for women. Like that's what it's going to be about. It's not
immediate assumptions. She's going to make it for women, which first off doesn't make it necessarily bad. Obviously, she's going to have different insights than if a man was running the show, but you act as if Lara Croft is this character that was made specifically for men. You can make that argument maybe for Nathan Drake, but if you make it for Nathan Drake, then why can't Lara Croft be for women? That's the thing, though, too. They never give you their actual argument. It's always, they're going to make this, she's going to make it for women. Watch. It's going to be for girls. Okay. Fucking Barbie was for girls and made $1 billion. So, like, what's the problem with that? Why can't girls have something? Like, we can watch Reacher. How about that? Let the women have Tomb Raider on Amazon. You can go to Amazon also, but you got to watch Reacher. All right. For the boys.
It's going to be a show for men. It's not going to be that at all. It is going to be a show for her audience, which are females, which are women. That's
which
not
is
a Tomb
bad.
Raider that's going to work out very well. It's just not. And with all the changes we've seen in order to try to wokeify this character over the past decade, they could have the most perfect casting in the world who look like it.
So do you see how I was right? They have nothing to say. They are trying so hard. They're trying so hard. They're trying so hard to make this into something. But there's nothing there, dude. Any normal person's gonna be like, oh, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, yeah, I liked Fleabag. She's actually a really pretty good showrunner. She's a good writer. She's a good program creator. She won a fucking Emmy for this. And then to be like, oh, but they're gonna wokeify. They're gonna change her. They're gonna.
It was straight out of the fucking game for Lara Croft, and I would still be incredibly worried about this. That's just the reality. I respect the fact that they're going back to the normal standard look.
Respect.
Look just like a couple things that we're used to seeing from Lara Croft.
You have a 5-minute video where he repeated himself. It's amazing. Thank you, Ryan. You dumb racist. Never change. The comment section is also going to be, we get the Timu version every time. Hard pass. The is don't understand Lara Croft is. It's legalized plagiarism at this point. You guys don't understand anything. They don't understand anything. I promise you, when this comes out and it does pretty good, they're gonna. This never happened. This never happened. Watch. But this actually leads to a point that I was thinking about earlier today, which I want to talk about right now. I hate these people who are so beholden to lore. And I say it as someone who likes and / loves lore. I am so tired of people acting as if lore must be withheld 100% of the time, because they only do that to dismiss something different, something new, right? Like if we stay on Lara Croft for a second, his whole argument, his whole worry thing was, but they've been changing her over the last 10 years. You tell me, what is the defining characteristics of Lara Croft? Not, oh, she has big boobies. That hasn't been a part of her character in decades. It's actually been less part of her character than hasn't part of her character. Right? Like, that's like saying Batman should be a loner because she's always been a loner. Batman's had a fucking sidekick since like issue 6. Like, he's not been alone for the longest time. But the people have these initial perceptions of things and think that must remain consistent throughout, even if that's wrong. What is a core thing about Lara Croft? Her backstory can change any given moment. You want to know why? Because that shit is not important. It's not. It's not. As long as Lara Croft is raiding tombs, everything else is fucking variable. It doesn't matter. She can be gay, she can be straight, she can be pan, she can be trans, she can be all those things. Because that has nothing to do with the core of her character. The core remains the same. They could add TV-only characters. In fact, I'm sure they're going to add TV-only characters. There's nothing wrong with that. Too many people are so beholden to this dogma of lore. And I'm like, if that's the case, bro, just fucking play every single Tomb Raider video game. You have the financial means to do so, Ryan. Go play every Tomb Raider game and shut the fuck up forever. Because you're never satisfied outside of that. And I don't even think he plays Tomb Raider games. I don't think he fucking plays video games. But you have these people who are so beholden to lore, even when the lore itself is like, dude, one video game, she was fucking fighting against dinosaurs. The next video game, she's fighting against private military. Like, who cares? Like, who cares?